Hello everyone, welcome to the Thursday forecast. So let's take a look at the euro and the US dollar. And this pair is just ranging. So this currently is showing me no opportunity. It's actually showing me range bound price action because we had a descending structure into an ascending structure and then another descending structure. So this is just, let me draw it out. This is just signaling to me a range. And what I'm waiting for on this particular pair is a large push up and then a flag, or a large push down and then a flag, or an ascending structure that moves away from the range and then a reversal. Look for a flag to go short. Or if we get a descending that moves away from this crappy price action, reversal to the upside and then get a long trade. So yeah, if we squeeze in a bit, the price action just doesn't look conducive, doesn't look good at all. We're actually stuck in this larger range, as we can see. And yeah, I'm waiting for that large impulse and some large momentum to show me some conviction. And now we got this huge indecision candle, so I really need to see some clean price action on this particular pair. So now for the euro and the Japanese yen. So also range bound. We are seeing break of the low, retrace. Actually, we are seeing a V reversal right here. And then what I was searching for this range and the price to continue to the upside. But what actually happened, well, price broke the high, retraced, broke the high, retraced, broke the high, retraced. So we started to create an ascending structure. And for me, that negated any trade that I was looking for. So at that point, I stopped looking for any trades. And actually, this is also not looking that good. It's showing me this range. For me personally, we are seeing this descending structure right here going into an ascending structure. So not really showing me any conviction. Really similar to the euro and US dollar, I need to see a large push up and then a flag, or a large push down and then a flag. So I need to see a high probability formation. I need to see a high probability setup because this is just showing me no patterns and no trends. And I'm definitely sitting on my hands, so we can get an ascending or a descending. If it's a clean descending, if it's a clean pattern, then I will look for a reversal and the trade to go long. So yeah, that's it for EJ. Not looking good. Waiting for more, definitely. And now for the Aussie and US dollar. So I was in a trade, in a long trade actually. So let me take this back. Right about at this point, what I was seeing this nice uptrend. I was seeing this small pause and then a continuation of the trend. These three impulse candles looked really good. These two candles I ignored because they were just indecision candles. But the overall price action for me was conducive, and this pattern did look good to continue to the upside. There was this sort of a range, sort of an ascending structure, but I didn't mind it because for me personally, we moved away from it. So we got one break out of it and then a second break out of it. So if it's a 2 candle break out of a range, then that for me is good, and I'm willing to look for long trades. So at this point, there was an opportunity then to enter on a combo trade. So a combo trade is just one pullback candle, or just first leg of the pullback, then a small pause, and then another leg of the pullback that tags you in. This would be my entry point, this line right here. This would be the most recent high. And then there actually was a pause right here. So this would be the first leg, this would be the pause, and then the second leg would be the entry candle. But I missed it. I missed the combo entry. So I would have really preferred to get in right here when the price did this. Right here. But I missed the trade. So then I actually got in on the flag. This was my entry. So this candle right here, because the price action did form a flag. So there was this flag, and the entry candle is the first bullish candle after the flag forms. This is the first leg, small pause, and then the second leg. As we can see, we broke the flag line and then retraced. That's a very good sign. We got a really strong entry candle. And I was willing to place a long order because I was seeing that uptrend and I was seeing the price continue after we saw this small pause and this small ascending. So for me it was worth the 1% risk, and then I got stopped out. So this was a 1% loss, but for me it was a good trade, fit my plan, and I was happy to put in that 1% risk. So yeah, I had a losing trade right here. Currently we are stuck in this range, so let's see if we will get more ranging price action. So if we will get something like this, then we need to keep in mind the liquidity areas below and above. We can see the liquidity areas, so does the price just break into them and retrace, or do we actually get some nice conviction and continuation and then look for a flag or something like that? So the usual story, liquidity areas are very important, people keep their stops here, and we need to see what happens when the price reaches those areas. I also want to see that we continue with the trend, then I would look for a long trade, because to me this is still trending to the upside. This is just a deeper pullback for me, and if we continue I am looking for a trade. Also we can shoot to a downside, then I'm looking for a large impulse. I'm looking for a really large impulse, because usually when we get a descending and then an impulse in the same direction on the Aussie and the US dollar, it doesn't really work out. So I'm looking for that large impulse and some nice conviction. Also we can get a descending, then a reversal up, look for a long trade, or we can form an ascending from here, break the high, then reverse down and look for a short trade. That would be okay, because then we would have this smaller ascending inside of this larger ascending structure. So I would consider taking a trade here, definitely. And yeah, that's what I can see for the Aussie and US dollar. Now let's see if the trend, as I said, will continue up, or if we will reverse, or if we will stay ranging. In the case that we stay ranging, I'm sitting on my hands, I'm not looking for any sort of trades. So yeah, let's move on to the Aussie and the Japanese yen now. And this one I also had a trade here, and it was also a 1% loss, but this was a very high probability setup for me personally. This was textbook. This was a textbook trade. So let me take you through what I was seeing. So right here I was seeing a nice large uptrend, no momentum shift in the pullbacks. Then we broke the high retrace, broke the low retrace, broke the low retraced. So we started actually to create a descending structure right here. And for me this is a high probability pattern to continue up, because when I see a descending structure, so a small descending structure inside of a large uptrend, I know that this is just a small pause where the price is very likely to continue to the upside, which it actually did. And also what I really liked is that, well, the people that got long on this candle kept their stops here, and then they got taken out, and then this level also got taken out. So right here was a clear liquidity grab of the stops. This was a really great sign for me personally that the price will continue up. Stops have been taken out. We continued, got some nice momentum, small pause, no momentum shift in the pullback, continued with another candle. And this was enough for me to look for a long trade. We got a clean close, so no wick. And at this point I did have an order on, but I didn't get tagged. And then there were spread hours, so I waited a bit. And after spread hours finished, I placed a pending long order. So this was actually also a combo trade. This was not a combo trade, but for me it was very high probability still. We saw no momentum shift in these candles, and this was just a really clean trade in my personal opinion, but it was a 1% loss. It fit my plan, so that's what happens. And then price broke the low retraced, and continued to the upside. So let's now see what will happen. We did also get a descending structure right here, similar to this one. As we can see right here, this descending structure. So I was seeing if we will get a nice large push to the upside like we got here, this really nice push. But what actually happened, if we take a look at the evidence, the price broke the high, retraced, left a large wick, So for me, I think this will continue ranging. Personally, I think that will happen. Because we broke the low, retraced, broke the high, retraced, usually signals to us a larger range. And then we need to keep in mind those liquidity areas where people keep their stops. We need to keep in mind how the price reacts in those liquidity areas. Yeah, so we need to keep in mind the liquidity areas. And what I'm searching for is if the price will continue up, give us a large push, then look for a flag. Or if we will reverse. And if we get a really large impulse, I might consider taking a flag, but this to me would just look like a V reversal, so we can get this V also, look for a small range, continue down, look for a short trade. Or what can happen, we can start to ascend right here, get an ascending structure, reverse down, look for that short trade. Or we can get a descending structure, look for a reversal to the upside, and then a long trade. So yeah, that is some of the possibilities. Currently, this to me looks like maybe the trend to the upside has been exhausted, or it could just be a pause before we continue up, like this was, or like this was a small pause before we continue up. So we need to see what happens next. We need to see that evidence, but currently the price action is telling me to sit on my hands and that we will very likely get a range. So that is the current evidence that I have. But let's see if we will get that large impulse up or a large impulse down. So that's it for the forecast, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. And let's see if we will get some moves today.